So I'm totally fascinated by RFK Jr., what he's doing at HHS, which I think is some of the most radical stuff anyone in any place in the Trump administration is doing, and what he wants to do next, which is why this great piece by my friend Adam Wren in Politico this morning really drew my eye, because you have RFK Jr. and Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer, the sort of self-appointed opposition researcher, personnel director, conspiracy theorist, who is trying to weed out any people who are not totally loyal to Donald Trump in the Trump administration. So we now have Loomer and RFK Jr. Okay, so at issue here, let me just set the stage. At issue here, and this is according to Adam's great reporting, at issue is that a woman named Stephanie Speer is like Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s consigliere. I think she's the deputy chief of staff at the Health and Human Services Department, but she is someone who has been with him and by his side for a really long time. Well, Loomer has decided that Speer needs to go. Now, this is not new. Trump administration officials from the beginning of this term have been worried about Speer. She is a Democrat in the past. She's in the past run a environmental group. Right? I mean, this is not like a lot of people around RFK Jr. This is not like a typical conservative Republican. I mean, he ran for president as a Democrat in 2024, people. But regardless, Loomer wants Speer out, and it's not, according to Loomer, it's not really about the fact that Speer isn't loyal, has these like past affiliations with Democrats and has said bad things about people in the administration. It's that Speer is positioning RFK Jr. to run for president. So I just want to read like 2 paragraphs from this great Politico thing. This is Loomer talking to Politico. I think that there's a clear intention by Stephanie Speer to utilize her position to try to lay the groundwork for a 2028 RFK presidential run. Asked how she knew that, Loomer cited sources in HHS. Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Speer, so the Kennedy person, Speer did not return calls or texts, but looped in a senior Health and Human Services leader who called Politico. That senior HHS official did not deny that Kennedy is weighing a presidential run. What? That's crazy, right? I mean, look, I think the signs are there. A few months ago, Kennedy restarted his Make America Healthy Again PAC to raise money. These are the things that somebody who wants to run for president will do. By the way, Stephanie Speer very involved in that PAC. And I've always said the best indication of someone, whether they will run for president again, is if they have run for president in the past. If you think that you should be president, if you have the chutzpah to put yourself in that mix, it's not going to go away. You don't lose that itch. It's just not a thing. Like, well, I ran for president and I didn't win, so I won't do it again. Again, RFK Jr. ran for president in 2024 as a Democrat, as an independent, and then he endorsed Donald Trump. He clearly wants to be in this conversation. So, we talk a lot about J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio and Donald Trump Jr., but I do think, look, RFK Jr., there's some polling. There's a poll in California that came out that had Vance at 40 and RFK at 10, second place. Like, he has a following. There is no question about that. And interestingly, unlike all these other people like Vance and Rubio, he has a following that is like tied to Trump, but not entirely overlapping with Trump's following. The Make America Healthy Again movement, which is, it has grown up, particularly online and on Instagram. It shares a lot of Make America Great Again, but it's not just Make America Great Again. Do I think RFK Jr. is going to be the Republican nominee for president in 2028? I don't, but stranger things have happened, like 2 terms of Donald Trump. So I think it is fascinating for a lot of reasons. I mean, Loomer is someone who is willing to sort of go after people, and she has Trump's ear. RFK Jr. is sort of the second or third most famous person in the administration. Obviously, it's Donald Trump and then maybe Vance or RFK Jr. And he clearly is ambitious to want to run for things again. So it's, to me, utterly fascinating how this all plays out. Does Trump pay attention to this at some point? Again, Loomer does have his ear. When Trump talks, usually, when Loomer talks, usually Trump listens at some level. Does RFK Jr. come out and say anything? I mean, it is amazing to me that Stephanie Speer, this top aide to RFK Jr., loops in another top HHS official who then doesn't deny that RFK Jr. is interested in running for president. I mean, is that top HHS official RFK Jr.? excuse me, RFK Jr. talking on background to Politico. I don't know, but pretty amazing. I mean, if you're going to talk about it, you would think he would deny it, but no, not denying it. In fact, openly embracing the possibility. So anyway, a fascinating story amid a week as we sort of continue to wait on this Alaska summit on Friday. Just another storyline to keep an eye on, a fascinating one for me. So do me one favor. Hit that subscribe button. You'll get free content every day just like this, and I'll continue to grow as an independent news creator. Thanks, y'all.